evening, everybody. It's Tuesday, February 17th at 6:30 p.m. I'd like to call the Grand Chute Sanitary Commission meeting to order. Can I get a roll call, please?
Haling.
Here.
Bantus is excused. Lair.
Here.
Gehring.
Here.
English.
Here. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I get approval of the agenda and the order of the day?
Haley moves approval for the agenda and order of the day.
Is there a second?
Gehring seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there any public input?
There's none.
Can I get approval of the consent agenda?
Gehring moves approval of the minutes from the February 3rd, 2026 meeting and also the Sanitary District monthly reports.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. How about the financial reports? Is there approval?
Haley moves approval of items 1 and 2 in the financial reports.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we're up to item G, new business. Village in the Meadows Lift Station Design Bid RFP Award. This is a 2026 CIP item. Director Jolma, do you want to speak to this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope, no
Mr.
problem.
Cook.
The Village in the Meadows lift station project is, as you said, is a budgeted capital improvement item in 2026. We are seeking professional engineering services to design the lift station. As indicated in the RFP, the new lift station will have controls enclosed above ground, eliminating the need for confined space entry, making it much safer for operators to perform routine maintenance and routine inspections. I'd also like to add that there are different options for the above ground enclosure structure, and we will evaluate those options with the available space within the right-of-way, giving consideration to line of sight at the Suncrest and Capitol Drive intersection, as well as to the residential aesthetics, since it is in a residential area. We'll also make sure we contact the resident that is has a house in front of the lift station before construction. So I'll take any questions on that.
Are there any questions? What are the wishes of the commission?
Haley moves approval.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're up to new business number 2, approve the purchase of the 2026 Chevy Colorado from Ewald Automotive Group for $37,545. This is also a CIP item.
Yes, this is an approved capital equipment budget item for 2026. It will be a new truck in the Public Works fleet and will be assigned to the stormwater engineer. I'll take any questions.
Are there any questions about this purchase? What are the wishes of the commission?
Gehring moves approval.
I'll take one of those as a second.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we can move to adjournment.
Haley moves to adjourn.
Lair second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you for your time. It's still Tuesday, February 17th. I'd like to call the Grand Chute Town Board meeting to order. Can we get approval of the agenda and the order of the day?
Gehring moves approval of the agenda and order of the day.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Is there some public input?
There's none.
Okay. Now we're up to the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Yeah, Gehring moves approval of consent agenda items 1, 2, 3, and 4 is listed.
Lair seconds.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Next item is item E, the financial reports. Is there a motion?
Haley moves approval of financial reports.
Lair seconds.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we're up to F, new business. Plan Commission recommendations. A is Grand Chute Housing Study, consideration of the final draft of the Grand Chute Housing Study. Director Patzer, do you want to speak to this at all?
Yeah, I could provide a bit of a summary. So this has been a lengthy process, as I think all the supervisors know. Started back in 2025, we did an RFP, ended up selecting RDG, Planning and Design, as a preferred consultant to work with. So through 2025, we did a lot of different efforts with that group, including a lot of public engagement. So there's a list of things that are in my staff report and in the document itself that speak to that. The level of public engagement that we had, I think, was of high quality and a good amount of it. So we were happy with that. There's a number of strategies, goals, and objectives that are included in the document. Some of those are short-term, some of those are a little bit longer-term, but many of both the short and long-term goals, I think, will really help guide us in our future decision-making processes. And we're, as staff, working currently on the zoning code update, so that there's a lot of things that we're going to take right from this study and incorporate to our upcoming zoning code update that'll help facilitate more housing, a variety of different housing types, and probably most importantly, more affordable housing options, hopefully, in the future. I'd be happy to answer any additional questions if there are any, but with that, staff does support approval, and as well as Plan Commission did recommend approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Any comments? What are the wishes of the town board?
Gearing moves to approve the housing study.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Number 2 is Carter Woods Park Play Equipment, RFP award. This is also in the 2026 CIP. Mr. Muller, do you want to speak to this?
Thank you, Chair. Tonight we are presenting a recommendation for Town Board to award the Carter Woods Park Play Equipment, RFP, to Lee Recreation. This item has been brought forward to the Park Commission the last 2 meetings, the February meeting and January meeting, in which January we did make a presentation of all the provided proposals. A determination was made to move forward with Lee Recreation's option 1 concept. Staff made recommendations due to a very good warranty program, and also our maintenance, as far as we're very familiar with the equipment, and it's currently what we have out in the parks in our latest 2 playground constructions. Moving along, in the February meeting, we did have some adjustments made to the design that went forward to the Park Commission, which were approved. Does anybody have any questions I could help answer?
Are there any questions about the playground equipment? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval for the RFP to be given to Lee Recreation, and also including option 1.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Item 3, approve purchase of Smithco Ballfield Groomer from Horst Distributing Incorporated for $33,333. Mr. Koch, would you speak to this item?
I'll take this item. The Ballfield Groomer is a approved budgeted capital equipment for 2026. I'll take any questions.
Is this a replacement or an addition?
This is a replacement.
Okay. Any other questions?
Gearing moves approval of the Smithco Ball Field Groomer.
Lair seconds.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 4, approve purchase of Moorbark BVR 19 wood chipping machine from LF George Incorporated for $114,458.03. Will you speak to this one as well?
Sure. The current wood chipping machine is at the end of its useful life. It's been breaking down a lot, especially during our spring and fall branch collection programs. So we are looking to replace it this year. It is an approved 2026 capital equipment budgeted item. I'll take any questions.
Any questions? Any remarks? What are the wishes?
Haley moves approval of the purchase of the Moorbark machine from LF George in the amount of $114,458.03.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 5, approve purchase of a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 from Ewald Automotive Group for $46,734.
This purchase replaces truck number 9 within the Community Development Department. It is an approved 2026 capital equipment purchase. I'll take any questions.
Are there any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 6 is approve purchase of a 2026 Chevy Colorado from Ewald Automotive Group for $37,545.
This is an approved 2026 capital equipment purchase, and I'll take any questions on it.
This is the same truck that was approved in the SAN agenda?
No, this is a Public Works vehicle.
Just happens to be the same model?
It's the same
and-
build, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Any other questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Number 7, approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 from Ewald Automotive Group for $49,406 and a utility service body for $28,617.87 from Casper's Truck Equipment for a combined cost of $78,023.87.
As you said, this purchase includes a chassis and dump body and is an approved 2026 capital equipment purchase, and I'll take any questions on it.
Are there any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval.
Blair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Now we're up to number 8, approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 from Ewald Automotive Group for $49,406 and a utility service body for $34,952.18 from Casper's Truck Equipment for a combined cost of $84,358.18.
We originally budgeted in 2027 to add a, 2026. This is the Mason truck, right? Yeah, sorry. Got lost in all the equipment purchase.
Right.
So we had planned on adding a Mason truck to the Public Works Street Division in 2026. However, due to the long lead times on getting a Mason truck, we wouldn't get it until 2027. So as a replacement purchase, we recommend advancing Parks 156 to this year. So we're taking the Parks truck that was planned for 2027, moving it into this year to replace the purchase of the Mason truck.
Are there any questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval.
Blair seconds.
Any more further discussions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. So now we're up to approve order of a 2026 Freightliner dump truck body from Monroe Truck Equipment Incorporated for $209,300.
This purchase is to replace truck number 208, which is budgeted for in the 2027 capital equipment budget. Due to its current 12 to 18-month lead times for fabrication of the dump truck body, staff is requesting approval to order the dump body now to ensure that the truck is completed and delivered in 2027. Since the chassis lead times are not as sensitive, we'll bring the chassis purchase for approval at a later date.
Are you expecting to take possession of this in 2026?
No, we would take possession of the truck body. Actually, would go to the dealership to be, or the truck chassis would go to the body, and it would get installed. The body would get installed on the chassis in 2027. We would take delivery of the full truck chassis and body in 2027 and pay for it in 2027. But in order to get the process going and get the truck in time for next winter, we'll need to order it now.
Okay.
So this isn't a purchase, this is a requisition, sort of? Or is it still considered a purchase? Because
It's an order. We're ordering the dump body, so we won't be purchasing it until 2027.
Okay.
So they'll start making it, but we won't receive it until 2027.
Thank you.
We don't pay for it though until, or do we pay a part?
No, we won't pay for it until 2027.
But you need authorization to order it.
Correct. I'll have to create a PO with finance, and then once I have that PO number, they have enough guarantee that there's an approved purchase for them to start manufacturing.
But this is the amount that we're agreeing to pay to construct this.
Correct, yes.
Thanks for answering the questions. Any other questions?
Gearing moves approval.
Okay.
Lair seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 10, discussion on possible ladder truck sharing agreement. Chief Denzine.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Board. So we're proposing, we came across an agreement that two Illinois communities had, and we thought it would fit our needs and potentially the towns very well. In this community, it actually took one of its reserve pieces of apparatus, it was a ladder truck, and it shared it between a neighboring community. So currently, we're in that similar situation. As the board will remember, late last year, we took order of a brand-new ladder truck, cost us approximately $2 million. We kept the old ladder truck as a reserve piece. So in our fire department, we've kept two pieces of apparatus, two heavy pieces as reserve equipment throughout the time. Fire trucks break, things like that, so we need to replace them and be able to respond at any given time. We kept our old ladder truck because it was in good working condition, so we thought that would be a great reserve piece for approximately 10 years. We figured we would approach the board and potentially Greenville to start penning an agreement where this piece of apparatus could share both municipalities. What do I mean by that? By sharing it, Greenville would actually take it, keep it in its station, and respond to it for structure fires and greater calls of need such as that. This would not only help them raise their ISO rating, but it would help us if we actually needed an additional ladder to respond. It would provide another piece of equipment, a heavy aerial piece to respond throughout the Fox Valley area, which is always an added benefit. And they would help share maintenance costs for us. In addition, it would also exercise the truck on a regular basis, which would keep it from breaking. Oddly enough, fire trucks, when they sit, they break. They have this tendency. I've seen it throughout my career. It's rather frustrating, actually. In addition to this, we would provide some training and things like that for them through the technical college for their people to become adequate with operating it. Additionally, what we would be looking at then is in that negotiation, they would potentially pay, Greenville would potentially pay for some refitting costs for the apparatus, which would be on them. And then we would be looking at a portion for them to compensate the town towards the purchase of a new ladder truck when it comes in approximately 10 years, give or take. Anything I could answer for you?
So as a backup, does that mean that you would have access to it? If our truck goes down, then we would get access to that truck, or just that they would agree to come to, whatever?
100%. We would actually we would essentially keep first right of refusal. So if our ladder truck broke and say it needed a repair for 2 weeks, we'd call up Greenville, we would send people out, and we would get the truck and put it in service in our station. Correct. So we would still remain having ownership of it. We would still insure it. Greenville would insure it as well, utilize it for calls that would benefit them, and then, yeah, we would be able to call it back if needed.
Chief, how far are you and your staff in the discussions with Greenville authorities on this?
We've preliminary talked about some aspects of it, but nothing has been inked or no hard details are there. We were going to try and set up a meeting for later this week to see if we could get the ball rolling on that.
Their board is familiar that these discussions are taking place at the Village of Greenville?
Yes, sir.
When do you anticipate having something, a finalized draft for us?
Potentially, if we get a meeting this week, we could maybe have something for the next board meeting, probably within a month or two, I would assume. And then, because obviously we'd have to have Attorney Rossmeisel go through it and make sure that it's all copacetic for both parties.
Thank you. And thank you for the conversation earlier today with you and your staff. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Would the annual ladder testing and pump testing be shared costs as well, or?
Yes, sir.
Would there be some long-term obligations that we would have to Greenville, or would that be spelled out in a contract like this?
In reference to what, Madam Chair?
I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying, but I just want to make sure that our interests are protected with regard to this.
Sure. We would retain ownership of the ladder truck, so we would still have it. That would be ours.
Okay.
We would put a mutual clause in there for if one party or the other wanted to end it. Standard maybe 60 days or something like that. But past that, it's pretty much a mutually beneficial agreement between both. It'd keep our truck functioning well. It would keep that resource going, potentially give us new funds for a new truck that we would be able to utilize in the future. So
if Greenville found a pot of money, they wanted to buy their own truck, they'd, just say thanks, but no thanks. Okay.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Any more questions?
I'm interested in the concept. I think it's got potential for us as well as Greenville. I think it's good sharing a piece of equipment like that, so I guess I look forward to seeing further information on it.
So this is just a discussion, so we don't need to vote on this. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that explanation. We're up to item 11. Consideration of professional services agreements with public administrations, otherwise known as PAA, for the recruitment of a permanent human resource director. Administrator Peterson, do you want to speak to this?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Prior to HR Director Brinkman's retirement, she had been engaged in a recruitment process for her permanent replacement. But unfortunately, that process concluded without us succeeding in finding a candidate that met our qualifications. Then when Sue retired, we in essence lost our in-house expertise for conducting that type of executive level recruiting process. So we thought to turn to PAA to determine whether or not they could do that for us. Of course, we have experience with PAA. They've, in the last couple of years, run 3 executive recruitment processes for us. We've had good experiences with them. We've found that they're extremely knowledgeable with respect to public sector recruiting, which was particularly important to us because the reason I think that the process failed, the process that we had run prior to Sue's retirement failed, is that we were unable to find qualified public sector candidates. And we believe that PAA's network of contacts within the municipal and county government arena within the state might enable them to track down candidates for us with experience in the public sector. We also believe that PAA's working relationship with us over the last couple of recruitment processes make them particularly knowledgeable of what we're looking for in a leadership candidate, in an executive leadership candidate. So at my request, PAA provided us with a quote to conduct that process for us. They quoted us the same price that they did for our 2024 recruitment process for Public Works Director, and then they also offered us a discount of $900 if we were to conduct 3 of the preparatory meetings virtually as opposed to requiring them to travel to this location. So what we present to you tonight is a proposal to approve a service agreement with PAA to conduct that recruitment process for Human Resources Director at a cost of $17,300. That is not a budgeted item, but Finance Director Palmquist has examined the Human Resources budget and has identified sources of funding that would allow us to enter into this agreement with PAA within the budget parameters. So there'll be no extra expense outside of what has been budgeted within the HR budget. Some of those dollars would be drawn from salary. Some of those dollars would be drawn from their conferences and training budget, and some of them would be drawn from their contractual services budget.
Thank you. Are there questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Haley moves approval to have PAA do the conduct the human resources aspect for the. Let me start over. To allow PPA to conduct the job hunt for recruitment for the Human Resources Director, and then also authorize the necessary budget transfers there.
There, I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Last item is G, ordinance O02-2026, amending Chapter 150 of the Town Board, discontinuing public video conferencing and virtual public comment. Do you want to discuss this with Clerk Bretz?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll just mention or remind the board that at the last meeting, you approved the discontinuation of the public video conferencing. This amendment just brings the municipal code in line with practice.
Are there any requirements that require the town to offer virtual meeting options for? Okay.
No.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
just as a reminder, we'll continue to have the YouTube streaming, so members of the public can still monitor the meeting from home. We have that live streaming now. And then once we have Granicus, that process will continue, but it will be directly on our website versus directing the public to YouTube to watch it.
Okay. Any further questions? What are the wishes of the board?
Gearing moves approval of the amendment to the Chapter 150 Town Board, discontinuing public video conferencing and virtual public comment.
Haley seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Final item is adjournment.
So moved.
There, seconds.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? That motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you for your time.